We know our reckless ways will never last forever. We're young, it's our escape. Perfection from the mirror.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Evie and today I want to share with you 3 beautiful DIY projects that will cost you only $1 or less. They're very easy to make them, anyone can do them, you don't need any skills, and in fact, the third one is a West Elm knockoff. So if you're excited for today's video, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel and push the bell icon to be notified every time I upload a new video. Well guys, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, for the first project you're gonna need these wooden blocks. You can find them at Dollar Tree at the craft section. Pick one and then you're gonna need 6 of these tumbling tower blocks. You can find them also at Dollar Tree at the tire section. Now to assemble our piece, all we have to do is to grab one tumbling tower block and put hot glue on one side and then glue it on the block diagonally. Next, take another tumbling tower block and glue it diagonally as well at the opposite side of the square block. Just make sure that it will be in perfect alignment with the other side. Then move on to glue the 4 remaining tumbling tower blocks to the 4 remaining sides of the square block, making sure that each side is in alignment with the other across it. Next, go ahead and paint it. I used black acrylic paint because I love black color, but feel free to use any color you like. You can even spray paint it. I would love it in gold also. I think it will look awesome. Anyway, if you decide to paint it with a paintbrush, don't forget to reach these little gaps between the blocks for a seamless look. And that finishes off our first project. Now for our second project, we're going to need a generous amount of very dry clay and we will try to form it in a ball. What I like to do first is to warm up the clay with my hands and then roll it between my palms to form the ball. Next, I took this black paper I had in my kitchen and I grounded a lot on top of the clay. Then I rolled the ball on the paper and then again I grounded a more generous amount on my surface and continued rolling the ball to be able to fill it with more paper. Basically, this technique will give it a stone look, which I love. I saw this project on Tina Lee's channel and I immediately knew I had to try this. I love her DIYs. I will put her link in the description box down below in case you want to visit her channel. Next, I gently pushed down the top of the clay to kind of form it in a dome shape rather than a ball, and then I pushed my candle on top and twisted a little bit because clay shrinks once it dries. And that was it! Now for the last project, I got the inspiration from these West Elm metal Sputnik objects as they call them, and what I used was this small foam ball and some toothpicks. Alright, initially I'm starting to push in the toothpicks one by one to the circumference of the foam ball, trying to leave even spaces between them. Then I'm working on vertically and then I'm trying to fill in the spaces that are blank. I hope it makes sense, guys. Now, if you'd ask me what I would do differently at this point, I would say that I should add more toothpicks like the West Elm's object has. I think it would look more full and nicer. Next, what I'm doing is to take a piece of clay less than 1/8 of an inch thick and I'm cutting it into sticks. Then I'm taking one piece and I'm rolling it between my hands at first, and then I'm laying it down on my working space to roll out in a snake with the help of my palms. When I was happy with the length, I came in and cut it to small pieces. Then I took each piece and I tried to form it in a ball shape with the help of my fingers this time. One tip I have to give you guys is that because this is air dry clay and it dries quickly, just tap your finger in the water and then work with it. It will add that moisture it needed and it will be easier to work with. Next, I'm taking one ball of clay and I'm trying to push it gently on the top of the toothpick, and I'm continually adding them until I fill all the toothpicks up. And then set it aside to dry for a couple of hours. One thing I have to mention, guys, is that once it dries, some of the clay balls might fall off. Mine did, and I didn't expect this to happen, to be honest. But don't worry, we can fix this. Add some E6000 or some other strong glue you might have on hand and apply a little bit on the top of the toothpicks with the help of another toothpick. Unfortunately, I didn't film this part, but I hope it makes sense, guys. When it's all done and structured nicely, I put it in a box and spray paint it with this copper spray paint. Honestly, I would prefer to paint it in gold or brass, but that color was what I had in my stash. And that finishes off our last project.
We know our reckless ways will never last forever. We're young, it's our escape. Perfection from the mirror. We're hollow Hollywood.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video and I hope I inspired you to get those creative juices flowing. Let me know which one was your favorite, and if you're into home decor DIYs on a budget, then I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel, push the bell icon, like and share this video. Well guys, it was so nice to see you and I hope I'll see you again in my next video. Bye guys!